Hey there. If you've been following the news on U.S. immigration, you're probably hearing a lot of chatter about 80,000 visas being canceled. And honestly, it's causing a lot of concern and confusion for people just like you. Whether you're planning to visit family, waiting for work opportunities, or helping loved ones navigate the system, this sudden move by the Trump administration has left thousands of people wondering, what does this mean for me? In this video, we're going to break it all down step by step. I'll explain why these visas were canceled, who is affected, and what options might still be available. No legal jargon, no confusing government talk, just clear, practical information you can actually use. We'll also highlight what seniors and long-term residents need to know so you can feel prepared, informed, and empowered. So if you want to stay ahead, understand your rights, and make sure your immigration plans don't get derailed, stick with me. And hey, before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us keep sharing useful updates like this. Trust me, you'll want to watch till the end because this video could make a real difference for you and your family. All right, so let's dive right in and unpack everything you need to know about this huge immigration shakeup. I know the headline 80,000 visas canceled sounds overwhelming, and it might even feel a little scary, especially if you or someone you know is directly affected. But the first thing I want you to know is that you're not alone in this, and there's a lot we can do to understand it together. I promise I'll guide you through the details step by step so that by the end of this video, you'll feel informed, prepared, and a little more in control. So here's the big picture. The Trump administration has made this move as part of what they're calling a crackdown on immigration, targeting specific visa categories that they believe aren't being used as originally intended. Now, while the official reasoning is often framed in terms of policy or national interest, the reality on the ground is very personal. Thousands of people, families, seniors, professionals, students are suddenly seeing their plans interrupted. Imagine being all set to join your family in the US, or having a work opportunity lined up that could change your life, and then getting hit with news that your visa has been canceled. That stress, that uncertainty, it's very real, and it's affecting people just like you. Now, I want to slow down and really break this apart because it can get a little complicated if you just read headlines. The visas being canceled aren't just a random batch. They mostly affect categories like H-1B work visas, some temporary worker visas, and certain family-sponsored visas. These are the kinds of visas that allow skilled professionals to come to the US, that let families reunite, and in many cases, that seniors might rely on to bring adult children or grandchildren closer. That's why this story isn't just a number. 80,000 isn't just a statistic. It's thousands of real people whose lives are being disrupted. Here's the thing about numbers like 80,000. They're huge, but they can also make the issue feel abstract. I want you to picture it like this. Imagine a packed stadium filled with people, all excited about moving forward with their lives. And suddenly, the lights go out and the doors slam shut. That's the kind of impact this is having. Families are left wondering if they can visit loved ones, seniors are questioning if they'll be able to see grandchildren, and professionals are asking if their careers are on hold indefinitely. And that's why understanding your options matters so much. One of the first things I want to talk about is the appeals process, because this is where a lot of people feel lost. Yes, visas can be canceled, but in many cases, there's still a pathway to appeal or to request reconsideration. The key is acting quickly and knowing what forms to fill out, what deadlines to meet, and how to communicate effectively with immigration authorities. And here's a little insider tip. Even if you feel intimidated by the process, there are resources and legal experts who can help you navigate it without unnecessary stress. You don't have to go through this alone. Now, I also want to address something really important for seniors watching this video. Many of you might be supporting family members, planning to bring loved ones to the US, or simply trying to maintain connections that are already in place. These visa cancellations can feel especially personal because you've built your life around family ties and stability. And while this news is tough, there are ways to protect your plans and stay proactive. For instance, staying up to date with official announcements, keeping copies of all documents, and seeking guidance from immigration experts can make a big difference. It's about being informed, not panicked. Another aspect to consider is timing. With so many visas affected at once, there's naturally a backlog in processing and more competition for the visas that remain. That means acting fast and being prepared is more critical than ever. If you're someone who is planning on applying for a visa soon, now is the moment to double check your paperwork, review your eligibility, and perhaps even consider alternative visa options if your first choice has been canceled. And remember, staying calm and organized is the best strategy. Panic rarely helps in a situation like this. I also want to take a moment to talk about the emotional side of this, because it's real. Stress, worry, uncertainty, it can weigh heavily, especially if you're trying to coordinate family visits, healthcare, or retirement plans. And I know how frustrating it feels when policies change suddenly and without warning. But here's the thing, knowledge is power. By watching videos like this, by staying informed, and by asking the right questions, you can take control of what's within your reach. You may not be able to control the policy changes, but you can control how you respond, and that makes all the difference. Let's also touch on one of the bigger questions people have. Why now? Why target these visas at this moment? The administration has framed it as a move to tighten immigration, prioritize American workers, and ensure that visas are being used for their intended purposes. Whether you agree with the reasoning or not, the practical effect is the same. Tens of thousands of people are impacted, and families are facing tough choices. Understanding the rationale can help you anticipate future changes and adapt your own plans. And here's another point I want to make. Staying informed is not just about your visa status. It's about being part of a larger conversation on immigration policy and understanding how changes can ripple through communities. Even seniors, who might think of immigration as someone else's problem, are often directly affected because of family connections, caregiving responsibilities, or investments in long-term plans. So keeping up with updates isn't just smart, it's essential. Now, I want to circle back to something that can help you feel empowered: options. Even with cancellations, there are pathways to continue pursuing your goals. Sometimes it involves reapplying under a different visa category. Sometimes it's about requesting expedited processing if you meet certain criteria. And in other cases, it's simply staying on top of deadlines so you're ready for when opportunities reopen. And here's the key: the earlier you act, the better your chances of finding a solution that works for you. And I can't stress enough how much it helps to get guidance from trusted sources. Whether it's immigration attorneys, official government websites, or credible community organizations, having accurate information can save you time, stress, and money. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and relying on hearsay or rumors can make an already stressful situation worse. So take a moment, verify your facts, and lean on experts who can walk you through the process. Before we move forward, I want to remind everyone watching, if this video is helping you feel more informed and less stressed, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us continue creating content that guides seniors, families, and professionals through complex immigration changes. And if you have questions as we go along, leave them in the comments. I read them all, and I want to make sure we are addressing real concerns in real time. As we get deeper into this, I want to highlight one last thing: staying proactive and connected. Immigration policies are constantly evolving, and changes like these don't happen in isolation. By subscribing, turning on notifications, and keeping up with credible updates, you position yourself ahead of the curve. You're not waiting for the news to hit you, you're preparing for it. And for seniors especially, that preparation can mean the difference between frustration and peace of mind. Finally, as we continue, I'll guide you through specific steps you can take right now to address visa cancellations, check your eligibility, and find alternative options if your plans have been disrupted. We'll cover everything in plain, easy to follow language so you can take action without feeling overwhelmed. You'll leave this video not just knowing what's happening, but knowing what to do next. So stick with me, stay focused, and remember, you're not just watching a video, you're gaining tools and insight to protect your future, your family, and your peace of mind. Let's get into the next part and really break down the practical steps you can take to navigate this situation successfully.